if you are around people living with disability around you, you must watch this. So today we are doing 10, only 10 of the most annoying, dumbest, stupidest, most annoying questions and statements people make toward people living with disability. And this is just 10, and this is just my experience. There's way more than 10 statements and questions people come up to me with. And like I'm saying, this is just my experience. Other people might have different experiences. But yeah, let's get into it. The first one, I put this one number 1. This is probably the biggest, most annoying statement people like to make. It's the whole shame. Stop shaming people, guys. Honestly, shaming people is really not a thing. It's really not giving. It's not attractive. Stop shaming people. Don't feel sorry for me because I don't feel sorry for myself. I'm continuing with my life very nicely, very beautifully. I think I actually also even stopped a relationship at some point with somebody that I was super close to because she constantly wanted to be on some shame, I don't like seeing you like this. No, the situation is hurting me more than what it's hurting you. Well, then maybe we don't need to be around each other because my life is going on just fine. Okay. And then number 2 is the when are you going to walk again? Number 2 and number 3 is basically similar because the one is when are you going to walk again? And the other question that they like to ask is, are you going to walk again? When am I going to walk again? I don't know. When will I walk again? I don't know. These are things that's all in God's hands because the doctors themselves, they don't know. They can't tell me when I'm going to walk again and if I'm going to be able to walk again. And I always like to tell people, whether I will be able to walk again or whether I won't be able to walk again is okay. Both of these situations, I'm totally fine with it. I've dealt with it. I really am taking it as it comes. Okay. And then number 4 is the statement that, I don't know, I feel like it's a backhanded compliment if I'm just being very frank. The whole, you're too pretty to be in a wheelchair. Was I supposed to be ugly? When I landed in the wheelchair, was like my face supposed to change? Did something needed to start? Did something need to happen to me to make me ugly? Because now I'm in a wheelchair. I don't get it. You explain that to me. Why am I too pretty to be in a wheelchair? What brought you to that conclusion that I'm too pretty to be in a wheelchair? You tell me. Okay. And then the other one is you dress too well to be in a wheelchair. Again, now that I'm in a wheelchair, was I supposed to now start dressing ugly? Was I supposed to look like a hobo? Was I supposed to not take a bath? Was I supposed to not smell good? Was I supposed to not do my hair? Was I supposed to not brush my teeth? What's it giving? You tell me, what do you think? So first of all, I'm too pretty to be in a wheelchair. Now I look too good to be in a, now I dress too well to be in a wheelchair. Is that what you're telling me? So now what do people in wheelchairs look like and what do they dress like? Do they look like hobos? What do they look like? Explain it to me, please. And then the 6th question is one that I feel like most people that ask this question, they're just trying to be funny because they see you in a wheelchair and they still ask you this question. They ask you, are you sure you really can't feel anything? Are you sure you can't stand? Have you tried taking 2 steps? Just 2 steps. Would I be in a wheelchair if I could stand? Would I be in a wheelchair if I could walk? Would I be needing a wheelchair to get around if I could do that with my own 2 feet? Make it make sense. This is I feel like this is really so stupid. Stop asking people in wheelchairs if they really can't feel anything. Stop asking them if they can stand. Stop asking them if they can at least take 2 steps. Because if they could take 2 steps, they could take three, and if they take three, they could take four. And that means that they would be able to walk. Stop asking them that. Okay. Number 7. Now, number 7 is, I mainly get this question from guys. I guess, I guess whether you are gay, straight, whatever, but like guys always ask me this question. They ask me, can you still have sex? Guys, that question, that I feel like that question is such a personal question to ask somebody. And you don't just ask somebody that, especially if you're not intimate with that person. You can't ask that person that. If we don't have a very close relationship, don't ask me about my sex life. My sex life is my business, my partner's business, not yours. But you can have a normal sex life if you've done everything that you're supposed to, if the doctor gave you the go ahead, and if you are feeling comfortable enough. And I feel like that is more of an emotional decision and choice, right? Because I always used to say to people, I've got a new body, so now like everything that I do is new. So it's just a new experience. Okay. So I'm not going to answer that question, but like, guys, stop asking people if they are still able to be intimate. That is just a really crazy question to ask people. Okay. Then number 8 is the, do you think you can still live a normal life? Okay, first, before I answer that, can we discuss what normal is? You tell me what's normal. What is a normal life? What is normal? What is normal? Let's just break down the word normal. I've never understood, ever since I was young, I never understood what normal is. I've never been normal. I've never seen myself living a normal life. So what is normal? But to answer that question, I still feel like I'm going to live a normal life. I can have a normal life. I can go on with my life as I planned it, like prior to this. Yes, certain things are a lot different. A lot of things have changed for me, but my life still goes on. I still wake up every day. I still do what I have to do. I still make sure that I'm a normal part of society. Okay, does that answer your can I still live a normal life question? Okay. And then number 9 goes hand in hand with the first question, kind of. Like after the whole shame and them feeling sorry for yourself, they bring up but you don't look sad, but you don't look depressed, but you don't look hurt by the situation. Like, I don't understand, guys. Am I supposed to like go to the mall and just randomly start crying in the middle of the mall? Well, if you know me, you know I'm definitely capable of doing that. If that is for content purposes, I'll do that. But like, why am I supposed to do that again? Like, I've been depressed, I've been sad, I've been lonely. I've dealt with that. I've been in this situation for 3 years. I'm still going to deal with it for a very long time, if not all of my life. So do you expect me to now cry every single time, every 5 minutes it hits me that you are in a wheelchair and I'm like supposed to just like break down and cry? Is that what you're telling me? Make it make sense, guys. Like, come on, man. Sometimes also we need to, sometimes also we need to like stop being so small-minded, and we need to think, as somebody else and not ourselves. Okay. And then number 10 number 10 always makes me laugh, and I don't understand why you even ask this question, because you don't feed me, you don't finance me. They ask, do you receive they ask, do you receive disability grant? Guys, I feel like that is so rude on so many levels. Like, why would you ask somebody that? I don't ask you how much your paycheck is. I don't ask you if you do receive a paycheck. Stop asking me that. That is none of your business. That is my business. Stop it. Okay. And another thing, if I say I don't receive disability grant, are you gonna like give me money to sustain myself? And if I say I do receive disability grant, what's gonna happen? Are me and you gonna go to the club when the disability money comes, and we are gonna go have a party? We're gonna have a ball. Like what's the fascination in wanting to know whether somebody receives disability grant? Please make it make sense. Okay. And then I've got a bonus statement in here. This is not so much a statement. This is something that I've noticed people in the mall do. Like when I go to the mall, this is something people do. They look at me and then they look away. And then they look at me and then they look away. This is a personal one for me. I don't know how other people feel about this, but ever since I've been young, I've always been looked at. I've always been very peculiar in the way that I sound, in the way that I dress, the way that I walk and talk, and all of those things. My sentence construction and all of those things have always been rather weird. So I've always received stares and looks. So now that I'm in a wheelchair, you look at me and you look away. You look at me. No, look at me. I like being looked at. I like the attention. If you're not looking at me, I feel like I'm doing something wrong. It feels like I'm blending in, and I don't like blending in. So please take your time. Look at me. Savor me. I like that. Yeah, I am the Rugged Gangster. My name is Giovanni. You can call me G. We have come to the end of 10 of the most annoying statements and questions you can ask and say to somebody living with a disability. But this is just, yet again, I feel like I need to say this is just my experience. Your experience might be different. That's why I'm asking you to please comment down below what your experience is, what some of the questions are. You don't even have to comment. You can even just DM me. Like DM me on my Instagram. I go by the same name, the Rugged Gangster. And then yeah, we can have a conversation about this. Maybe if there's enough questions, I can do a part 2 to this, and then yeah, we can just take it from there. But like, I know that there's a lot more questions, but there's only so much time. There's a lot more questions that people ask. There's a lot more things people say to me that I just find absolutely dumb and stupid. So yeah, please like, comment, and subscribe. I am the Rugged Gangster. My name is Giovanni, but you can call me G. And we are out.